Joe, congratulations on the win. It's been an emotional week for this team, an unconventional week for this team. What do you like most about the way your team responded today?
Well, we got the win. We won the North. You know, it was a long week for everybody, I think, across the league. So it's nice to come out with a win, and it's nice to hear that DeMar's doing better.
And how about the performance by your defense today? 4 massive turnovers. When they're playing like that, how much easier does it make your job as an offense?
Well, that's quarterback's best friend. So when they can get turnovers, score on defense, it's going to be tough to beat us if we're doing that.
Following the decision from the NFL this week after the canceled Buffalo game, you guys felt disrespected. You said you'd use it as fuel. You weren't going to let this get to a coin flip. Now you've got the Ravens again on this field in the first round of the playoffs. It'll be a much different game, but can you take anything away from this one that's going to help you in your preparation?
It's going to be hard. We're going to have to play a lot better next week than we did this week to come out with a win, but we'll take this one.
Joe, congrats.
Thanks.
First of all, hey, congratulations for winning the AFC North back-to-back. First time in Cincinnati Bengals history. Tied for the most wins in Cincinnati Bengals history with 12. You guys finished off the season the right way. Back half of the season, 8-0. That's awesome. No team with better momentum going into the playoffs than what you guys have done. Okay? This game was typical AFC North football, right? Okay? Sometimes it's ugly. Doesn't matter. As long as you come out on top, that's the only thing that matters. We officially see these guys again next week. We'll find out tonight if it's Saturday or Sunday. Okay? We're used to 6-day weeks if that's the way it goes. We got a couple game balls. Defense stepped up big in this one. Okay, defense stepped up big. Okay, first one, Mike Hilton. Nice pick. Okay, Joseph Osai, fumble recovery, touchdown. Trey Hendrickson, one of his 2 sacks, caused that fumble for the touchdown. Von Bell, fumble recovery late in the game. Oh yeah, Von. And then Jesse Bates with the pick and the fast fumble. All right, now it's on. Now it's on. One game at a time, one day at a time. Handle this week the right way. Get ready to beat those guys one more time. Okay, that's all it takes. Proud of you guys. The work that's gone in to get to the position you guys are in right now, people don't understand how much work it took, how much focus it took just 1 week to the next. You guys have done an excellent job. Keep it up. We got a long ways to go. We got many more weeks to play, starting with this one. That's all I got.
Hey, way to kick that ass. Let's go. Who they? Who they? Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Who they? Who they? Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody.
Welcome to the Queen City Shites podcast. I'm your host, Ray Summers. Shout out to my co-host, Mavy Mav, man. Tell me what's up, bro. Ski.
Today, and officially, after I flipped this coin to see if we won the AFC North, and the game is here. So let's do this.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go, baby. Episode 46, man. Hands Across America 23, man. Lots to get into today, bro. Lots to get into. Sorry for the wait. Me and Mav just felt like it was only right not to do an episode this past week due to what happened that everybody saw this past Monday night against the Bills with Damar Hamlin. Shouts out to him. Quick update. Yeah, you said that we already spoke about it. Damar has been transferred. He's been discharged, and transferred back to a Buffalo hospital, man. So shouts out to him, man. That's a great recovery. So he's on to his next stage, man. That's good news, man. Shouts out to everybody on that. But the wild shit, man, that we got to get into is the aftermath of the whole situation. You guys didn't really hear from us about anything, but how you feel about the NFL handling on this situation, on the aftermath, bro?
Well, I mean, we've discussed it several times, off of this. There was no quote unquote right solution, wrong solution. Somebody was going to be mad at the way something was handled, but it did seem very one-sided in a way against us. Coming down to that coin toss and things like this, I get what the Ravens' divisional record was, but at the same time, you set a rule book during the offseason, and Katie Blackburn was, even put out an email.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed these changes during the offseason, and these are the rules that we already agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
Now that situation has finally come up that you probably never thought would,
mm-hmm.
and you had a plan in place for said reason, and then you skittle out of it and just, hey, here's what we're going to do instead.
Facts.
The whole thing was just, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But you expect players and coaches to follow your rules to the letter. But if they do anything slightly different, you're quick to do a fine. Case in point, this game, you gave a fine while the game was in progress just because you were butthurt
Yep.
over a celebration, and you were butthurt over signs that the fans were putting up in the stands. If you didn't hear that, the NFL had them going around trying to get the signs taken down.
Which is wild. Yeah, I did see that. A guy, Bengal Jim, one of the, I guess a fan, one of the, what do you want to call it, man? Like, I'll just say number one fan, I guess you want to call it, bro. Yeah, he said something about that, and then they were taking, they were scattering. You thought they were confiscating phones,
right?
Literally, bro. They was acting like a principal and assistant principal at the game the other day. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, I'm with you, man. The handle on this, it was. I'm all the way with. I'm glad about the Katie Blackburn situation, because, like you said, what's the point of having rules if you're not going to follow them? And then, like, it almost looks like, to me, this is my opinion. I even said it on the stream yesterday. I feel like we're getting punished for doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Literally, I feel like we got punished for doing the right thing. I felt like it's almost one of them things that, like, for instance, like if you're at work and you mess up and fucking like, oh, it costs this much dollars, it's so much money, and it's along them lines because sponsorships. It's like money was involved on that Monday night game. Obviously, there's a lot of sponsors, but I literally felt like we were getting punished for sympathizing with a player that was injured, and it seemed like they didn't like that. But my question is, if it happened in the other game, it's like, how would any other teams handle the situation? I'm pretty sure, I'll say 90% of teams have probably done the same thing we did, not play. At least I would expect so. If you have a heart as a human being, I'll expect you to stop the game. So it was just wild. We're not going to get too much into like other stuff that was going on. It was news was just bouncing around all over the place, everybody. It was just like every 2 minutes, it was something new, something wild happened. But overall, I felt like I agree with you. I feel like the Bengals got the shorthand of the stick, or what was called a spade. We got screwed basically. And then it turned into, we're going to get into later in the show that we're going to get another primetime game. But it's just crazy, y'all.
I mean, the bottom line is this: of course, everybody in the league was affected with what happened.
Facts.
But the two main teams that were there, that witnessed the whole thing and were a part of it, were the Bengals and the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills, outside of what happened with Hamlin, there was like no other really true any repercussions, if you will, with what happened with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But for the Bengals, and which proved itself yesterday in the game, we had an opportunity. We could have arrested people, but we couldn't because you forced our hand to have to play everybody, which caused 3 injuries, one which we now might not have that person for the remainder of the playoffs and see you next year, which could have been avoided. And the Ravens were allowed to basically rest their people because what do they got to lose?
Facts.
Either way, they're already in the playoff. If they win, then they got to put it to a coin toss. They don't have to worry about losing a home game that they don't already have in the first place.
That coin toss thing. That coin toss thing is mind blowing. So that's just not even a factor no more since the game is over.
Correct. Yeah,
obviously.
As long as we won, it didn't. It come to it.
It's just wild they added that in there. I don't know, bro. Yeah, Roger Goodell is on some other shit. Like I said, man. But Y'all, man, this is it, man. It's like it's Cincinnati versus the world, man. Cincinnati versus everybody, Queen City versus everybody, wherever how you want to see it, man. It's like now they're trying to put our backs against the wall. Now we got to work. We got to work, man. Perfect segue. Bengals beat the Ravens yesterday. I'm sorry, 27-16. Yo, my thoughts on this, like, I don't really got a big victory rant because like none of this felt right to begin with. It's like, yes, cool. We're the AFC North champions. Yeah, we could clap that up back to back. First time in history. But the way it was given, I didn't like. It wasn't really celebratory. It's like, yes, we beat them yesterday. We could celebrate. It's official. But since the fact that we knew it, since the rules in place that you were talking about, they basically we already knew, like, pretty much after the whole situation from the Bills game, that was the result due to I believe it's like a half game lead or some shit like that. So it was automatically given to us type shit. I didn't like how it felt like it was handed. But on the flip side, I don't like that Kansas City was handed the number 1 seed. That was handed. I didn't like that shit. I felt like y'all got to call a spade a spade. The Bengals is and currently still the hottest team in the AFC. No doubt about that, man. It just sucks that, I feel like we controlled our whole destiny all the way up into that Monday night match. That result happened. We got the go-ahead details of what's going to happen going up next. But like you said, other teams already knew what they had to play for. But it's like we had to, like you said, we had to play our starters. We had to sacrifice people. People got hurt. And it's a shitty situation. But what I will say is, just to go into it, overall, the Bengals, here we go. Bengals went the final season record, 12-4. Beautiful record, man. It just sucks because the 4 losses, 3 of them was like last second field goals, I believe. And then of course we had that bad loss to the Browns on the Halloween game, on the Halloween game, which was shitty. But other than that, bro, 8-0 in the second half of the season, you can't, it's just like, you can't make this up, man. But now we're at 0-0, man. It's postseason right now, so it's go time. It's like, so now that we all know what's going on, and we got the roster that we have right now, and we've been saying it this whole season. The Bengals been on the next man up type mentality. This whole season has been the next man up. Like I said, we named a bunch of people on the Christmas episode that we did 2 weeks ago. But I just hope the Bengals is ready. We got a lot of shit to overcome. It's going to be interesting going into this round 3 against the Ravens. We're going to get into later in the show. But it's time to go, man. That's all I got to say, man. It's time to go. I don't really got no major things to say because, like I said, it just don't feel right, man. It's just like, I just don't feel like we're here for the AFC North champions. We're here to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, man. That's what we're here for. I'm not here to celebrate, AFC North. That shit is cute, but we're here to win the Super Bowls, man. What do you got to say, man?
I mean, my wife's a big person when it comes to like signs, if you will. I guess that's the right way to put what signs point to this and things of that nature and so on and so forth. To me, I just kind of find it ironic. I gave my description, I guess you will, or road to the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, how I wanted the last 3 games to play out, where we'd win 2 out of the 3. I wanted a loss in there somewhere just because of the streaks and everything else. So you don't want that bad loss to come in at the wrong time. But it's funny how everything kind of panned out. And the reason I say that, and that's why I brought my wife up with her signs thing.
You're good.
The sign for us, before I say exactly what it is, who do they compare Joe Burrow to?
Shit, who do they compare him to? That's a question.
There's a lot of comparisons.
I'm about to say
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom Brady, they faced each other this year. We came out on top. His number is 12. So his comparison of number 12 versus number 12. How many wins did we end up with this season? 12 wins. How many wins do we need in a row to finish this thing out? 12. The key number for the Bengals, and a sign as my wife would put it, is the number 12. So now we got to have a 12-game win streak, which is what we took all season to do in 16 games.
Yes.
to finish out this ride. And what all we talked about was the second half of the season, the type of gauntlet this is going to be for the second half of the season, what type of gauntlet the playoffs is going to be. We got to go against the AFC North rival, and then more than likely go through the Bills, then go through the Chiefs, and God only knows who we got to play if we make it all through.
Right.
So it's just I'd rather it be Baltimore, I guess, than Pittsburgh. I just still can't believe they came as close as they did to making it in there, man.
That I agree. Because they were peeking right at the door, man. They were peeking right at the door. I was like, I hope they don't get in there, bro. But yeah, I'd rather have the Ravens than them. I definitely agree on that. But man, it just I'm with you all the way with that shit. But it's just like we're gonna have to see how this shit plays out. We gotta see how this shit plays out, man. We're gonna get our predictions later. I was not happy
with yesterday. I'll put it like that.
I wasn't either. Just that's what I was saying. Like it just didn't feel right. Just overall, nothing.
I'll give the
right.
slight excuse of the mental fatigue with everything.
Oh yeah,
and whatnot.
It was definitely a hangover. It was definitely a hangover moment. You could tell just how everybody came out. Of course, emotions was high. Of course, thank God we got great news during the week that of course the thumbs up that he DeMar was cool. T Higgins was great. Great. I want to say. He was just T Higgins was just in good spirits. I'll say good spirits. Just due to the result that was going on, but I don't know, bro. I just didn't like how this shit played out. But we got lots to get into, man. Going into the game, man. We missing out on another one on the offensive line, man. The Alex Kappa injury. Is there any update on his injury as of right now? I ain't seen nothing yet.
The only thing is that it's not his knee.
Yeah, that's probably the good news.
The ankle.
Yeah, just the ankle.
Could just be a sprain. Then what's the severity of the sprain? Depending on how long of a run we do have with this. Could there be a possibility he comes back? I don't know.
Yeah, I might say who knows. If he does come back, bro, it might be the AFC Championship, if anything. Depending on how the grade level of the sprain, I guess I will say. But I just hope it's not season ending. But we haven't heard anything yet. So Marvin Lewis will say it's partly cloudy. Partly cloudy on the
My
forecast.
gut tells me we'll see him again next season.
Yeah. Especially on the aftermath, you called it out when we were talking earlier today, when the celebration in the locker room with the cigars and everything, you saw him in the back. He had that one leg on the scooter
thing.
Yeah, the scooter, no razor scooter, but just a regular scooter. But yeah, man, like I just hope he gets back. Hope we're speedy recovery, man. Praise to him. He had a wonderful season.
It just sucks going into the playoffs how well this line has performed, and now 2 out of our 3 acquisitions is now gone.
I know.
But if I learned anything from last year with how bad that offensive line was, we shouldn't really miss a beat.
We shouldn't.
And I think your boy Ha, as you like to refer to him, is doing a serviceable job for Colin.
He is. It's what we saw like yesterday, even though, they're playing against like the second string and all that, but he has been doing good. Hakeem Ajayi. So I guess the fill-in Adeniji, sorry. It was like a Dahi. Yo, it's so bad. Yo, I'm bad at pronouncing. Yo, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. So my apologies. Those are my apologies. So it's crazy how we were talking about like 2 weeks ago. We're like, with the Collins injury. I was like, so is Jackson Carman on the roster? I forget what you said, but yeah, he came into the game and that was wild. And I'm surprised no flags was thrown on that shit. Like, if that was the Bengals sideline crowding one player and all that scuffling going on, oh man, it'd have been flags all over the place, bro. So I was shocked we didn't see that on that, but it's all good. Another injury that we saw, Cam Sample. I don't know if it's severe, but Cam Sample went down as well. I saw.
Yeah, but then I believe he came back out onto the field like a couple plays later.
So did he stay in the rest of the game?
I believe so.
Okay. So all right. Cam Sample's good, y'all. Ignore that.
I'm pretty sure.
Might say, at least I hope so. Like I said. But yeah, man. Next man up mentality, man. It's been like that the whole season. So hopefully going forward, going into the postseason, I hope they figure out something to get that line together and protect Burrow, because that right side is about to be soft, literally, bro, compared to that left side. So they had to move some people around. So we'll see what happens with that. So the question is, in the game yesterday, since the Bengals started out hot, blazing. Then the second half, it was just dry. Do you think it's due to because of the results of the Bills and Patriots game, and they just kind of just toned it down, or you just thought it was just a sluggish second half?
About that. They didn't know anything about that game.
Okay. I ain't know if anybody's probably paying attention on the sidelines.
I just think that kind of like the same thing that would happen against the Patriots. They started off hot, and then I don't know if they got comfortable.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be, but all of a sudden Burrow was off on his throws. I don't know what was going on with that. Could have been the rush. I don't know. Like Higgins started dropping passes and things like that. For some reason, the run game completely disappeared. When they finally did get something positive going for the run game, it would get negated by a penalty. So it was just, for whatever reason, it was just that Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, where the first half they came out like gangbusters, and the second half they fell apart. Now, that's what I was saying earlier about the whole mental fatigue thing with the Damar Hamlin ordeal. I would have expected the exact opposite. They would have started off sluggish and slow because of everything with that. And then as they got into the game, they would have kind of picked themselves up and got to focus more on the game and did better as it went through. But it was said the opposite. So,
yeah. It was, that second half was bad. It was just bad. I don't know if it was just decision. Like I said, it could be a whole bunch of things. It's kind of like they just toned it down a little bit, because like the offense, it looked real. Because I'm sure they, in the back of their minds, like, okay, we're probably going to have the Ravens the first game, so we want to put out too many. We ain't trying to show all of our shit. So it's
too. They also knew they were most likely playing them back-to-back weeks. We don't want to show them the whole kitchen sink.
Yeah, pretty much, because it's like it looked like they didn't really, because the offensive scheme, it looked very basic, like literally, like just the way it looked. It didn't look like, because I agree with you. Like it's like the aggressiveness in the first half and the second half. It's like two different things. So it's just like it almost looks like they kind of just. It looked like they just toned it down, or maybe.
Well, I think for the second half, it was more so let's get through the rest of this game without any injuries, which of course didn't happen.
That too.
Because we also saw Boyd go down, we saw Higgins go down. They're all of a sudden dropping like flies, put in a situation they should have never been in the first place.
Jamar Chase even took a mean hit to the hip section. I was surprised he got up from that as well on that screen pass.
That's the other thing lately is for some reason Burrow's also leading these guys in the vicious hits.
Trouble.
I don't know what's going. That's been going on for a little while now.
Yesterday was bad though, because like people was getting rocked. I'm sitting here like, what the hell? Like you said, like you named everybody that basically went down, and it's just like.
Well, the announcers kind of pissed me off with the Higgins hit because for whatever reason they just felt possessed to do it. Was look, Higgins happened to be down right now and out with the training staff coming out, and he's only like maybe 5 yards from where he was just at with Hamlin. And I'm like, you really got to bring that up, man?
Yeah, they ain't really have to do all that. That was extra.
Right. Not as extra as the Steelers celebration that they did, which I still can't believe they did. But yeah, it was not needed.
It wasn't. I don't really see nothing happening to them since their season is over with. So they just go home and just watch from the sidelines. But yeah, man, I just hope they step it up going into the postseason. I hope we don't see that sluggish start on any half. I hope they play pedal to the metal, 110% throughout the whole game.
Oh, if they want to go home, they'll play sluggish.
Oh yeah, that
you can't screw up anymore.
Nope. It's all or nothing. It's single elimination, win or go home. It's literally everything's on the table right now. It's show and prove. Like I said, it looks like they got the toughest route. Because we'll get into the whole playoff picture here soon, how it could possibly play out. But first things first, the Joe Mixon touchdown, bro. The touchdown celebration that we're talking about, got fined for $10K. That should happen right. Like that happened right at the that is insane. It didn't waste no time.
And Chad put him up to it, by the way. If you didn't know that,
yeah. David shouts out to Ocho Cinco on that, man. But yeah, man. I love the celebration, man. I said you gotta get this smoke, bro. But it's it's all jokes. It's just crazy. He got so sensitive. He wanted to take everything down, but that is that, bro. That is that. That is that. Not too much to say about that. It was just funny how it played out. It was funny how he had to dig deep for that quarter, maybe a penny, wherever it was. But yeah, man. Shouts out to Joe Mixon on that. Also, here we go. The final playoff picture, bro. Let's get into the shits. So, Kansas City got the #1 seed. The LA Chargers going against Jacksonville the first round. As Maverick was just telling us, we got Baltimore the first round, and beneath us, we got the 7th seed Miami going against Buffalo. So, the question is, basically, in order for us to get even like a home game after this, it will have to be an upset at some point with somebody. Either it's Miami. It will have to be Miami.
It would have to be all upsets except for us.
That too, yeah. It's just crazy how this shit's
Miami's the lowest seed. If Miami wins, they play Kansas City next.
Okay. And it will get the winner of the Chargers in Jacksonville. And that shit goes back to what you said, bro, about playing Jacksonville in the first. I mean, not the first game, but just eventually playing Jacksonville in the postseason. But we'll have to see how that shit plays out. I don't even know. But I would love for the Bengals to get another home game after this one, but it's gonna take a lot, bro. It's gonna take a lot. And I just hate that we almost got to go to Arrowhead for the AFC Championship if it plays out that direction. But
been there before.
Yeah, man. It's bad, bro. Like I said, deja vu, yo. Deja vu. It's actually deja vu. But yeah, we need. Yeah.
Yeah, before any of that, we got to get past Sunday night.
Yeah, we got to get past Sunday night first, yo, before we go any further than this. But we'll see what happens, y'all, man. Stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Here we go, man. Offense, defense, special teams, play call, performance, and grade. What you got?
All right, I'll start with the easiest ones. Special teams, I'm going to give an A+.
Okay.
Field goals were made. They actually had a few really good returns. I know it was late in the game. I think he returned it all the way out to the 50.
Yeah, Trayvon Williams did.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Crispin had that deep punt inside. He came close to pinning him back 2 more times. Just our gunners couldn't get there in enough time.
Mm-hmm.
So the best performance of the day was special teams by far.
Facts.
Okay. Coaching. That one, in all honesty, for the most part, outside of that 4th down call, which I did not understand that play at all, was boneheaded.
Right.
Other than that, I'm going to give him an A, and the reason I'm going to go that high is because of everything that they had to go through this week and to try to keep the mentality and the game plans going.
Okay.
While the players were focusing on what they had to do, the coaches still had to get their part of the ordeal done. Seeing the emotion that I saw from Zach Taylor on the sideline spoke volumes to me. I was paying attention to. He was very animated with exactly what was going on, and he was going the fuck off.
Yeah, he was.
Official after official, and I like to see that fire and fight in a coach. I'm not used to seeing that. Marvin Lewis, more or less, you sat there and went, it's too cloudy in this shit.
Yeah,
but,
he's quiet.
And it's interesting because I had to do a lot of Google research trying to figure out about light bulbs with weather from our last show, so I can try to figure out the Marvin Lewis mindset, I guess. But
shouts out to JB.
had to put that in there. But yeah, I mean, the coaching, I think it more came down to the player execution. I think is what really failed more so than the coaching and the game plan. Offense. Now, first half offense, I'll give you a B because you were put in good situations because of the defense. You didn't capitalize as well as I wish you would have. Grant, Baltimore has a good defense, but if I remember correctly, they were down 2 starting corners. In that game. So again, our trio of receivers and so on and so forth, the way they shut the run game down, I really hope you do a whole lot better for the playoff game. Speaking of which, defense, this one's very hard for me to grade because, yeah, they had a lot of turnovers at the right moments too that were crucial and that were needed. But you were playing a third string quarterback. You were playing against an offense that was all backups. Top players were out. Offensive line, they were missing one of their top offensive linemen, and you were letting them just nickel and dime you as much as they could later on in the game. So I'll put it at a C because of that. And the reason I think you got all those turnovers is the fact that you were playing a third string quarterback and you were playing backups. If that was Lamar Jackson that was in there and they had all their starters in there in the playoff game scenario, I don't know if this would have been that same type of outcome.
Okay.
But of course, the defense also didn't get much help with the offense because they were just not really doing anything in this second.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't mean to be harsh, especially with the type of week it was, but I'm just calling it what it was. I was not really happy with what I saw on the field, and that will not get it done in the playoff game.
Okay. I got you. I'll go the same order. I think you went special teams. Yeah, special teams, I agree. Special teams, definitely. I'm giving them an A. I'm giving them an A+ on that. Like I said, all field goals was made. I agree. McPherson's back. Drew Chrisman, the punter. Yeah, pin him on the 5-yard line. And I agree. Trayvon Williams return. I hope we could see more of that. I like to see him more on doing punt and kick returns. I like to see him on that. And here we go. Play calling, performance, and grade. Yeah. If I go to first half, the first half, I'll give it a B+. Second half, man, I'll have to go like a C-. So if I had to balance that out, shit.
That sounds like a B.
Yeah, I'll stick it a B. It was good. to an extent. Good to an extent. So they barely got the B. Going into the defense. Yeah, going into the defense. Defense, bro. I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. But getting 4 turnovers, bro, I can't ignore that, bro. Like, I get it.
Feat by any means.
Yeah, I do understand it. You're playing against backups, but you just got to keep in mind, like, let's say they didn't get the turnovers, and let's say like all those red zone plays or those field goals were turned into touchdowns. This game probably been close as shit. No joke. So it's like you kind of gotta give the defense some type of respect. I mean, but like I said, I respect your grade, but I'm giving them an A, bro. I'm giving them an A. Like I said, that was just a remarkable performance that they did, bro. Even after the play that you're talking about with the 4th and inches, they did the play action and Burrow just ended up throwing it down. Right after that, that's when that strip fumble happened on with Jesse Bates off of the Sammy Watkins catch, man.
Push off that should have been called in the first place.
Yeah, it should have. But yeah, I'm giving the defense an A. The offense, first half for the offense, kind of similar to the play calling, the coaching play calling. The offense, I'd give it, like I said, the first half, B+. But the second half, bro, you only got 1 score possession. It was just a field goal, and it was just goose egg after goose egg after goose egg after goose egg after goose egg. No matter what the defense did to get the ball back, it was still goose egg on goose egg on goose egg. And that's a D on my eyes. So this to reverse it, I giving them a C. Solid C. And I agree. I hope going forward into the postseason, I hope they do better. But that performance in the second half, you do that performance against the Chiefs, the teams that were just named on the playoff picture, they're going to capitalize off of all that, bro. And we'll be looking like we'll be coming back from behind trying to win the game. Basically pinning us deep trying to get back into the game. So hopefully the offense, we see like explosive offense going to the postseason. But yeah, that's my grades right there, man. But I just don't know why they did that shit on 4th and inches. I still don't understand that. We've been calling it this whole season, bro. Like we've been saying this since last year. Like, yo, just give it the P-run, give it the mix and dive over the top, or just do the QB sneak. It's simple. They've been doing it all season. But I don't know. I just hope going forward after we get off of this, I just hope they don't beat themselves, because that's what it looked like was about to happen yesterday. If they had the lead, they could have possibly beat themselves. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the defense didn't get them 4 turnovers, that game probably have been tight. We'd have been looking at a 27-24 probably. And along those lines, it'd have been super close, because I've seen a lot of scores on the predictions that people that was attending the stream yesterday, even predictions from like, sport analysts. Some have close games, some have blowouts. Because I'm be honest with you, I had a blowout going to this game. Once I heard that Lamar wasn't playing or the Stars wasn't playing, I was like, all right, 31-10. I had 31-10 of the game. It was almost looking like that until, like I said, late in the second half start coming in. But yeah. But again, like we always say, a win is a win no matter how you do it. You got the W. 8-0 in the second half season. Can't be mad about that, man. Now here we go. Players of the game. Who you got?
That's a tough one. At least offensively. Defensively, I'm giving it to Jesse Bates.
Facts.
I don't see how you couldn't with, what all he was involved with and what all he did.
Mm-hmm.
Again, offensively, though, the only person I think that really, Joe Burrow's still Joe Burrow, the way he scrambled and whatnot, but he was missing some passes in that. I think the offense this game really moved through Jamar Chase more so than anyone else.
I'll say that along with maybe Tyler Boyd. Also with Hurst. Hayden Hurst caught some key passes for first downs. He had a lot of big third down moments that got first down. So yeah, you can go either way with that. Really, I'm with you on this. But it's kind of hard to
offensively. I guess I go with Chase, but defensively, it's Bates for me.
Yeah, because Chase only one that got the touchdown, so it's just like, yeah. Well, other than Joe Mixon.
I would have said Higgins if he didn't have that missed catch. It would have been an easy peasy.
Yeah,
touchdown because he was playing his ass off, and they were using him early on in the game. And that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Mine, yeah, I agree with you. Jesse Bates on the defense got the user pick in the first. I'll just say first half. I don't know what quarter, but first half, and then turned around and got that strip fumble like towards like the end of the game. It was like last maybe 7 minutes, 4 minutes around that time period. Yeah, I definitely got Jesse Bates for that one. I don't know who else I would give it to if I had to sub off of Jesse Bates on the defense. I will probably say Trey Hendrickson. I'll probably say Trey Hendrickson. He was in on a lot of plays. Even Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton even got an interception. Mike Hilton played a great game. But if I had to pick a runner up, Taylor Britt was even though he got burnt on a couple plays, but he made up for some of them plays. Including
two of those burns were push-offs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll call it. Yeah, got push-off. But yeah, Taylor Britt, he'd be like a runner-up. He's been improving each week. He's been improving. Going into offense, yeah, you give it to Chase. Yeah, I guess you have to. Yeah, I'll just keep with Chase. But if I had to sub off of Chase, I'll just say Joe. I'll say Joe Mixon. Yeah, I'll say Joe Mixon / Tyler Boyd. Like both of those. But yeah, play of the game.
Play of the game for me, which was that sealed it, was the strip fumble at the end from Wilson. Base picked it up. Offensively, the play of the game for me was Joe Mixon's touchdown celebration.
Yeah. Can't be mad at that. Yeah, I got you on that. Yeah, I agree on the offense. The defense play of the game, I'll have to say that play that happened right before the halftime. We got that forced fumble and got in the end zone. Yeah, that was clutch. That was definitely clutch. That definitely set the tone going into the halftime and put us up 24-7. So yeah, I'm all the way with that shit. Anything else to add, man, before we get into the real shit?
Yep.
Here we go, y'all, man. Up next, man, the wild card game against the Ravens. Ravens coming into Paycor Stadium January 15th on Sunday at 8:15. They're coming in at 10-7. What we got to do to win this game, man? We'll start there first, and then we'll get into the other shit.
Get the run game going.
Facts.
Because it was non-existent in this game.
Yeah, it was non-existent.
Play smart. Don't do no bullheaded penalties, especially if you get a big run play and you have it called back for a holding penalty. Defensively, obviously they're going to have their starters in. keep providing pressure, but we don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
That's probably the like the $1 million question. Like, and we've been talking about it literally. I think we're talking about Lamar probably the last 4 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like his name been mentioned like for 4 weeks now on this show.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of what also hurt the defense a little bit this game. They probably had the mindset and were prepping completely for Lamar Jackson or Huntley, which are very similar to one another.
Mhm.
And then you get the third stringer who you have no film on.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So at least you have the experience with him now, but
Mhm.
but again, you don't really know.
We don't know the status.
Who the game plan.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we'll know through the injury reports through the week, but even if Lamar comes back, he's already missed what?
Bro.
5 games? 4?
Damn,
I mean, he's been out a month.
Yeah.
To be honest, we don't even know how hurt he really is.
We don't.
Personally, I think a lot of it has to do with contract.
Same here. Because it's like, would you, like, if you're Lamar, would you risk it?
I mean, we talked about it before. A week after he goes down with his injury, you watch Kyler Murray go down with torn ACL and MCL, out for the season. See you next year.
Mm-hmm.
And now, even though it wasn't a quarterback this past week, you seen what happened to Damar Hamlin. So you have all this stuff going on, and you don't have a contract. You're under a franchise tag.
Yeah.
Knowing you're going to most likely be franchise tag next year.
Most likely.
So he's kind of in that catch-22 of, do I just keep sitting out to prove a point? Or do I be the savior and come in and pull off a win and try to show them I earned this contract that should be bigger than Watson's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So again, thank you, Cleveland, for that bullshit.
Right. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't type situation. If we're Lamar right now, it's like if you do, yeah, you're risking it, and if something happens, it's gonna look like some Earl Thomas like shit. It's gonna you're gonna get hurt, then like his worth will go down. So it's just like,
And how well would he even play missing all this time?
We don't even know. I'll say, to be honest with you, I will prep like we're expecting Lamar, regardless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, regardless. I don't care.
Him and Huntley, to me, play extremely similar. That's why that offense works the way it does.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So it's just like, I'll definitely prep like we're playing Lamar. They just got to contain. Definitely watch the runs, because you called it out in the Stripe Rewind. For some reason, they were getting hella loose with Kenyon Drake and they didn't play Dobbins or nobody. I mean, they had Gus Edwards in, but Dobbins the main guy. But Drake was getting a lot of looks, man, a lot of clean holes, man. But so I hope they contain the run, force the big play. But yeah,
last thing they did it in this game, they need to do it in this playoff game. Take the fucking points.
Facts.
You're against a man that never misses in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be put in that situation where it comes off of his foot, or you already know what the outcome's going to be. That's all I'm saying with that.
I'm with you 1,000%. Definitely take the points. Take the points given and take the yards given. Don't try to get too special, get too cute. It's like, yeah, you could start the game. Let's say the Bengals start off with the ball. Yeah, they start off the ball. Yeah, definitely come out aggressive, man. Definitely come out aggressive. But at the same time, since we will not be getting the ball in the second half, that clock management will come into play at some point. Whether we're depending on what the score is at halftime, it don't really matter, because we've seen a lot of comebacks this whole season. No matter what the score is, if it's 27-10, we've seen comebacks. It don't matter what the score is. Just like the game is not over to hit all zeros on that clock. So they definitely got to pay attention to that shit. But other than that, dog, it's just
close attention to the play clock, because we don't need to be wasting timeouts.
That too.
To save a penalty because we didn't notice there was 3 seconds left right when we started lining up.
Thank you. That too. I had that on here too. Decision making. That has to come into play. Use the challenges when need to be. We don't need to be losing timeouts and key moments or nothing like that. But definitely, man, they gotta steal the show. You got the home game, prime time. You got to come out electric, win the crowd. Once you got the crowd involved, you know how loud it gets in there. They can't hear signal. They got to control the game from start to finish. That's what's going to get them to the next level and into the next round. But yeah, man. You got any score predictions, though?
It's going to be close. No matter who's quarterback for the Ravens, it's going to be close.
What you got?
Unfortunately, it's going to come down to, as much as I hate to say it, it's going to come down to a field goal situation. It's just which team is going to be in the situation to kick it.
Okay.
Having said that, even though my score is not going to fully reflect it, but I still want to be close to it because I can see that's going to go that route. I see a 31-27.
31-27. Okay. Okay. So you do got some guns blazing in the game. Okay. I like that score. 31-27. Holy shit. You might be onto something, man.
I didn't want to go that high, but I could just see that getting to that point just because of what's on the line.
Right.
Because, see, that's the other part of this equation with this scenario that we came into this game about the coin toss and everything else is now you're going against this team for the division, which, before the season even started, everybody was picking Baltimore to win the division.
They were.
Wild card. Baltimore's been battling injuries. We've been battling injuries. And somehow they've still been able to keep in it, even though they lost. Their injury was at the most key position. But this is literally that scenario, and you can catch that vibe in the game yesterday, was you may have won the battle. Will you win the war?
Right.
We won the AFC North. As much of a big celebration as back-to-back years, like you stated earlier, I'm just going to be a dick about it. Woohoo.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
I don't care. We want a home playoff game is what we want. That's what it boils down to. Now what you need to do is handle business so you're not in that situation that we won the battle, but we didn't win the war. Exactly. You got to win the war.
Exactly. You have to. That's well said. That I can't even counter on for that. That's just well said. It's like, yeah, you got to win the war, man. You have to. So you're basically saying either with or Lamar, that's the score. 31-27. All right.
I'll say with Lamar, I'm going to say 31-27. Either way, I'm going to put the Bengals in that 31 range. Maybe if it's Huntley in there, that score maybe be just slightly different. Maybe 31-24.
I'm about to say, I got 26-20.
Okay.
That's what I got.
I see that score very well being the exact score.
I got that. I got 26-20 with a missed extra point, man.
So I wouldn't even put it as a missed extra point. I just see quite a few field goals.
Just field goal or field goals.
That situation.
Yeah,
because
or field goals.
You got the best kicker in the league versus who we feel like is the next best kicker in the league. So I see that scenario playing out really, quite well because that's all I see. I do see quite a few field goals being made in this game.
Got two of the best kickers, man.
With Tucker, he can kick it from the 50.
Facts. Let me say, he hit a ball, 51 yesterday? Got that clean.
Just don't get in a situation where you allow the refs to dictate what's going to happen.
That too. And I'm glad you said that. And I hope we don't get to that point either to where like the refs are changing the momentum of the game. Mental frustration, not getting calls. We kind of saw that yesterday. We saw a lot of cheap shots after the play. I mean, I don't know about you. I saw a lot of cheap shots
from the Baltimore side.
Yeah. I'm not saying about the Bengals, but the Baltimore.
Was it Carmen that pushed dude all the way over into the sideline?
Yeah, it was a block, and of course, both of their heads are down like rams.
I was going to say, I mean, he didn't know the play was over.
Yeah.
But of course, he went to the wrong sideline, and he just got gang raped over there.
Yeah, literally.
I couldn't believe there wasn't a flag thrown because of it. But
none, because there was a lot of tussling and no flag. That's what I was saying earlier. It was shocking. Was no flag.
Stay out of the extracurricular bullshit.
I just hope they don't. It's kind of like if we got to go back in time, and I know this is a whole new different team. It's kind of like when we played the Steelers in the playoffs.
I was just gonna say,
and it was a lot of
Jones scenario.
Yeah. It was a lot of after the play shit going on, and the refs are just letting it go. But that saying, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. And it's just like it just creates this whole fiasco, this mental frustration. And as you start seeing mistakes happening. So they just can't let the refs, I'm with you, they can't let the refs take control of the game. They gotta take control of the whole game from start to finish. And it starts with the offense, and hopefully, and which I expect, because I think the beauty of all this is our defense is we're straight. I believe we're straight. Even though without Oluzie, I still believe we're straight. The D line, we're great. As we got BJ Hill, DJ Reader, Hendrickson, Hubbard, everybody's good right there. We got Logan Wilson, Pratt, even Davis Gathered. Then you got Von Bell. We got all of our healthy pieces that we need for defense. So The defense will be not the defense will be the defense. The defense will be the difference maker probably of these type close games in this postseason, which we saw last year. The defense came in clean with that we saw in the Titans game. Well, the start with the Raiders game, the Pratt interception, going to the Titans game. Something happened in that Titans game that was measured by the defense. I'm sure we got intercepted somewhere.
No, that was that. If I remember correctly, it was that strip fumble.
Yeah,
or interception or whatever it was that sealed it at the end.
Yeah, it was one of those two. And then, of course, with the Kansas City, it was that nice tip interception that was, started with Jesse Bates and ended with Mike Hilton or Von Bell, one of the two. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but again, it just shows that the defense going to have to be the deal breaker for us to pull this out. Like once, that's what I'm saying. It might be like deja vu all over again.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that. The difference maker is going to be the defense.
Go ahead.
And I know I keep harping on this, but that's just how much of it's on my mind. And again, we are against the best kicker in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Our defense has a tendency at the end of the first half and at the end of games, if it's within a field goal, they somehow let the other team get just enough yards to be able to attempt it. The difference is Tucker won't miss it.
He won't, bro. He won't.
Don't let it happen.
Nope. You basically got to keep, you definitely got to keep that field position. Whew.
And the reason I also say about the refs thing, just keep in mind with the whole coin toss thing and what we witnessed in the game, I'm just going to put it out there. There's a target on us.
Oh, yeah. It's obvious now.
From higher ups. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
It's obvious.
I'm saying it, but that's all I'm saying.
You can say we bullshitting, but nah, man, it's a target. It's a target. You ain't lying, Mav. It is a target. It's definitely a target. It's almost like they got to keep them beyond the 50. It's almost like you got to try to stop beyond the 50. I know it's impossible, but it's just like when it gets to that fourth quarter, regardless what the score is, hell, I'll say mid-third quarter. We'll start right there. Mid-third quarter, wherever the score is, that's when the clock management will have to come into play, no matter what the score is. But don't play soft. You still want to play with some type of energy to keep, the offense going. Hopefully they can get a score, but it's just try to contain them as much as you can and keep
somehow
either Lamar.
Keep it a 2-possession score.
That too. I'll say that. Just keep it a 2-possession score if they can.
That's how you eliminate Tucker.
Yeah. Keep his ass on the sideline. That's the best way to say it. But now the question is, bro, since they were just changing rules, but I did see the rule, will we see a whiteout? Will the Bengals get a chance to wear the alternate uniforms, yo? In this postseason? I would love to see a whiteout. I'll love to see a whiteout. I'll love it. I would love it, man. If they could, I would love to see a whiteout.
The only way
go ahead.
I could see that being a possibility. Now, whether or not they let him wear the white helmet, I highly doubt it. But the only reason I say I can see it being a possibility, even though it's a very unlikely scenario, the Dolphins pull the upset, beat the Bengals, and the Bengals have a second home game. That's the only way I could really see it.
The second home game? Shit, okay.
But it would depend on who that second home game would be against. Jacksonville could very well be the white jersey. The Chargers probably not, because I believe their helmet style is white.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, you definitely can't do that unless they were orange. I don't see
that happening.
Unless they were orange, but other than that, yeah, we're just talking just the white out.
See that?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's probably the smart way to look at it. But yeah, we will see, man. We will see. And I could have sworn they're allowed to wear an alternate uniform like once in the playoffs, but I mean, I could be bullshitting. But I could have sworn they did.
Well, that would be quite the sight to see if they would make it to the AFC Championship game, and it would be in KC. That would be the time to have the alternate white.
Woo!
Be white out, a red.
White out in the Arrowhead. That'd be epic. Yeah, save it for them. If it plays out that way, save the whiteout for the Kansas City, because they fans been talking a lot there ever since the results happened. So thank you for saying that, Mav. Yeah, if it plays out that way, yes, definitely save it for them. I'm all the way with that. That's funny as hell. All right. Anything else to add, man, before we get into the results?
That's it.
All right, here we go, man. The Week 18 results, man. This is it. Regular season is over with. Here we go. This past Saturday, the Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-13. Did you see that little goofy play they did? They did the ring around the rosy, and then they just went to the line, and then the play almost got fucked up. I don't know why
Hey,
they're
it
so
worked.
happy about
It's
that.
just there was a flag for something.
Yeah, it was some goofy shit. But yeah, Chiefs won 31-13 against the Raiders. Titans lost a heartbreaker, man, to the Jaguars 20-16. Bro, I know their GM is punching air right now. You gotta, the thing about the Titans, bro.
We wrecked them.
I told you, we were breaking up teams. It's like that shit is crazy. It's like just think about it, yo. Last year, when the season started, the Bengals wasn't picked for anything like that. They were talking about the Titans. They had Julio, AJ Brown, Henry, and whatever else. They were just talking about that the whole time. We showed
And
up.
hell, they were the number 1 seed also.
That too. It was the number 1 seed. They were talking about that shit all season long, and that shit just ended. But yeah, man. Shouts out to the Jaguars, man. Way to turn it around. Had a losing season last year. That Urban Meyer turn it around, make it to the playoffs. It was a great win. I watched the whole game. That was a great win. Going to our game, we just told y'all, man, 27-16, the Bengals win. Buccaneers lose to the Falcons 30-17. Patriots lose to the Bills 35-23. I believe the Bills had 2 kickoff returns.
The special teams won that game.
Hell
in all
yeah.
honesty. If you take those away, I think New England won.
Hell yeah. Shouts out to Hines. I don't know his first name, but I saw Hines. That's all you saw at the back of his jersey, bro. That's all you saw. Shouts out to him, man. That was a hell of a win by the Bills, man. Way to come out. Especially at the home crowd. You could definitely feel the spirit in the air, man. Definitely feel the spirit in the air. Going forward, the Vikings beat the Bears 29-13. And I believe the Bears got the first round pick for the draft this year as well. That's something to pay attention to. Also, the Texans beat the Colts 32-31. You said it this morning. You don't know why the Texans choose to win. They could have had the first round pick, but I mean,
I think that's a big factor on why they also fired Lovie Smith. Besides the results, you had one more job to do.
Lose the damn
Couldn't
game.
even lose, right?
Yeah. Hey, but you supposed to tank the game, bro. Which I thought we ain't supposed to do that. But I mean, that's a conversation for a different day. Different day, man. But it's all good. Jets lose to the Dolphins 6-11. That game looked boring as hell. And I was following that throughout the whole entire time we was looking at the game. But
so was I, because I kept paying attention to Pittsburgh too.
That game too, we'll get into. Also, Panthers beat the Saints 10-7. Maverick just mentioned Pittsburgh beats the Browns 28-14. It's just crazy, bro. Like, I don't know how Mike Tomlin does it, bro.
I don't know either. Honest to God, I don't know. As much as I hate the Steelers, you have to give respect where respect is due.
You have to, bro. You gotta respect them dudes, man. It's like I don't understand how they do it, but it's like it's that mentality, man. They got that mentality up there, bro. So yeah, that's what's wild. They won that game. Russell Wilson finally wakes up. They beat the Chargers 31-28. And I also saw that they're looking at fucking Sean Payton to come over there. That might be interesting. We'll see though.
There's a couple teams that right now they're the front runner.
Ooh, what's the teams? Real fast.
He didn't get into specifics. I was shocked he even admitted that the Denver ordeal is true and he's been in communication with them. So that result might end up becoming something because he wasn't supposed to admit that.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to do that. He's snitching on himself, yeah. But that's all right. That's all right. Here we go. Eagles. Your Eagles beat the Giants 22-16. Cardinals lose to the 49ers 38-13. The Seahawks are in the playoffs. Seahawks beat the Rams in overtime 19-16, man.
I'm waiting for my favorite score still. It's coming.
Hell yeah.
Keep going.
This game.
This might be it.
The funny thing is, Mav, somebody asked me in the stream, who's the most overrated team in the NFL? I said the Cowboys.
There it is.
And guess what? The Cowboys lost to the Washington Commanders, y'all. 26-6, bro.
Not just lost. They
Ass
got
whooping.
their asses handed to them like they just got whooped at the Alamo.
Ass whooping, man. Straight ass whooping, man. Shouts out the Commanders on that. Great win by them. And then lastly, farewell to Aaron Rodgers. Lions beat the Packers out at wasn't that shit away?
No, it was at Lambeau.
It's a Lambeau. Okay. Yeah, Lions win 20-16. Thank you, Mav. Yeah, Lions win 2016. Hell of a win by the Lions, man. Great season by the Lions, too, by the way. 9-8. I believe I don't know what this shit was last year, but it was bad. But yeah, way to turn it around, man. That is your week 18 results, man. Way to finish. A lot of teams, yo. Way to finish on a lot of teams, yo. I can't be mad at that. But yeah, the favorite score has to be that Cowboys game, bro. I don't think nobody was expecting that but us. But us, bro. I was sitting here talking shit. But yeah, man. Other NFL news, man. Anybody, since it's Black Monday, they call it. Anybody get fired other than Levy Smith? Oh yeah,
Kingsbury.
Yeah, Kingsbury out of Arizona. I'm not shocked about that one.
And I want to say I thought I heard that the Raiders defensive coordinator got fired too.
Ooh.
But I don't remember for sure.
Who they got over there? It's like was it the guy from the Patriots, the head coach?
What team you talking about?
Oh, the Raiders. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Josh McDaniels.
That's what it is. McDaniels. Yeah. Okay. We'll see, man. It's been real quiet today, but that's the only, I'll say three positions that we heard so far that we just listed. But we'll tune in, man. Keep tuning in. I'm sure there's more to come. Like I said, the season's not over with yet. A lot of evaluations, a lot of shit going on, man.
I'm sure there's going to be a shocking coach fire coming.
Who do you think?
There's two names that come to mind.
Let's hear it, bro.
And that's why I say shock. Well, one might not be too shocking. I don't know. Mike Vrabel for me, head coach for the Titans. Just for back to the collapse and everything else and the way the team was last year and the moves that they made in the offseason. Blah, blah, blah.
He definitely's on that list.
There's a lot of heavy rumors coming out of New England.
Really?
A lot of heavy rumors coming out of New England.
They want to give almost said Jeff Bezos.
Not many people really care too much for Bill Belichick. I don't think Robert Kraft cares too much for him. He has a very old school dinosaur mentality, as you like to call it.
Yes, I haven't said that all year.
People don't get along with anymore, and then that way that he is doesn't really fly anymore.
Okay, makes sense. It just I only know who they would bring in there. It's almost like.
And I think playoff coaches could get fired if they lose round one.
Oh yeah, you think the Dolphins dude might be on there?
I think he could very well be on there.
I might have said
Mike McCarthy.
Yes, him too. Definitely him too. Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at these answers. Anything is possible. That's what we have seen in this league. Anything is possible, man. Never say never. Anything is possible. Anything else to add, man? Before we get out of here.
Too much more other than off-season shit, which we're not ready to talk about yet.
Yeah, we ain't ready to talk about yet because our season ain't over with yet. We just sitting here talking shit about everybody else's. It's all good. I want to say, what we want to say, shout out to the newest subscribers, bro. We are sitting at 159, man. Thank you so much, bro. Hey, I can't, me and Mav can't thank y'all enough, man, supporting the channel, bro. We're not going to lie to y'all. We didn't know where this show was going to go when we started this shit, but it is on an incline. That's what we will say. It is on the incline. Thank you for all y'all support, man. Keep supporting, keep sharing with your friends. Also, while you're at it, please like the episode right now and make sure you subscribe if you're a new listener. Also, going into the wild card game, I'll be live streaming Sunday night. January 15th starts at 7 p.m. Please tune in. I might go earlier than that, just since it's the wild card game. Let's say 6:30. It will start at 6:30. Man. I'll be here chilling. People can chat. Like I said, music will be playing, all that stuff. Power Hour will start though at 7:15, and the game is at 8:15. Please don't be late and share with a friend and tell a friend. Anything else add, Mav, bro? Better get out of here, man. I know I asked you that just a moments ago, but just in case something crossed your mind.
I was going to try to get a little shout out from my little youngins, but they went back up the steps. I was going to have them yell for a Who Dey, but
Oh,
they seem to have gone back up the steps before I could yell to them to come on down. You know,
I mean, if you want to get them, you can. I mean, we did it last year.
hey, let me get them. You got to do it for the playoff.
Yeah, you got to, bro. Hey. I'm about to say, man. Yeah, y'all, please keep tuning in, man. Keep liking the episodes, man. Keep sharing, man. We appreciate it with the bottom of our hearts, man. God is real. Never underestimate the power of a prayer, man, for what we witnessed this past week. It was a beautiful thing seeing everybody unified, all as one. Here we go. He got the troops with him. Let's go. All right,
hold
y'all.
on. I had to unmute my microphone. Now y'all got to yell in there for a Who Dey. You ready? Who Dey!
Who Dey, baby,
Bring
man.
on the Ravens.
Hell yeah. Bring on the Ravens. We love y'all. We out. Salute.
Welcome to the jungle.